I say yes more than I say no, and I think that's a simple lesson. But back to the TED Talk is one of the real, for me, the great things to come out of TED Talk was people finding my story inspiring, that they're now changing their life. And I have received a few emails from guys that quit the job, and some of them were pretty lucrative jobs, but they weren't happy in them. And that story is, you don't necessarily need a university degree and that type of education to do what you love. There's this area is a great example of creative, artistic, handmade. Corporate gigs are one thing, but people can be happy making candles and pots in their backyard garage. And I think that was the connection that people responded to through the TED Talk was, I'm going down this path to a job that I know I'm not going to be happy in. Or I already went down that path and I'm ready for a career change. And a lot of times people are afraid to take that challenge. I guess for me, to sort of summarize 30 years, coming to America was the best thing I ever did, because that how bad can it be mentality, I don't think would have happened in Sheffield, which is why I'm always sort of open to try something new and slightly different, even if I know nothing about it, because you can always ask questions to get help. I think a lot of people are afraid to take that plunge. I see a lot of people wanting to buy a Porsche and they just are afraid of everything, so they ask way too many questions, or they want to build a car and get everyone's opinion and get way too confused and never complete the project. We've done a lot of things, but the sort of simple things.
Right.
We've succeeded because we're passionate about them.
When people ask you about that going with your gut feeling, I guess there's not much more to say than go with your gut, but do you ever try to tell people about how to do that? Because I feel like we're conditioned these days not to go with our gut.
Well, I think that was the Nike story. Why did Nike come to me? Well, slightly thinking outside the box. Well, how does that relate to Nike? Well, it might be just a different color lace on the shoe or something like that. But how do you teach go with your gut feeling? I think people know things are either, if it feels slightly fearful and, wow, I don't know if I can do this, you should probably do it.
Yeah, I'm hearing that message a lot these days from the people I speak
with. The nervousness of, wow, this is a really good idea, but can I do it? Wow, we really love this building, but everyone's telling us, why are you buying that? Well, we're buying it because we like it. I'm doing these integrated grafted turn signals on a Porsche that no one's ever done before. And yeah, I know it's going to upset people, but I don't care. It's my car. So I guess it's, going with your own sort of, I guess you have to feel comfortable in the fact that you're going to make it happen. It's like when we bought that building, we knew we were going to make it happen. We didn't know how long it was going to take, but we never gave up. I just shipped a car from Australia. I talk about it in this new video. If you'd said to me a year ago I'd be shipping a car halfway around the world, I'd say you were crazy. But I never gave up on chasing something. It didn't really matter that it was halfway around the world.